Lance Velchuk back here for Joblo Horror Originals. This is the last day of CinemaCon 2024, and I just got out of the Paramount panel, of course. Mr. Jason Voorhees' old home. All right, let's talk about A Quiet Place Day 1. I really enjoyed Krasinski's original take. The rules got a little iffy at the end, but I like a good sort of small thriller with a cool concept. You throw in monsters, aliens, same thing. A thing that's going to eat you from another planet, I'm down. I didn't quite love the second. I kind of felt like it was more the same. A lot of people did. I didn't really feel it. I think this entry might be taking it in the place that it needs to go. My partner in crime, Mr. Chris Bumbray, was with me at the panel. And of course, I want you to check out Joblo videos for their coverage. And we were discussing it, and to me, it felt like they're taking this in the Aliens direction, where the horror is still there. People are getting eaten, people are getting killed, but it's definitely more of a set piece film.
Get away from her, you bitch!
Lupita Nyong'o plays just this sort of New Yorker, but she's in the city when the aliens finally come. They rain down like meteors from the sky, and then everything just goes, pardon my French, batshit crazy. They become quarantined in New York. The army destroys all the bridges and boroughs, setting them in one place. In the movie, she meets Joseph Quinn. I don't think they know each other from what I saw. It seems like two strangers sort of come together for a greater good, and it's about them trying to get out of the city. There's a really cool part in the trailer where they're getting into a skyscraper, right? And they're going through the revolving door, and it's jammed on this piece of trash. And the creak it makes wakes up and sends the monsters, and they're crawling down the skyscraper to come get them. It kind of got me. I was like, okay, hey, this is it. Let's do it, If you've lived in a city, as I have, it's hard to get around without making noise. In a farm, you could shut up. In a city, everything makes noise. So I'm like, okay, that's something to play with. I'm not sure if they're going to pull it off, but I'm more optimistic than I was when I heard the announcement in the cast. This looks like it could be fun. It looks like it's going in the right direction. Next is Smile 2. Smile 1 is a little bit of an indie hit, I got to be honest. I avoided it at first. I wasn't really sure it was going to be good. Surprised me. This trailer looks cool. This is also kind of going for a bigger budget, sort of more grandiose idea. Naomi Scott seems to be playing some sort of Taylor Swift mega superstar. And she somehow gets sort of involved in this, and everybody around her seems to be changing, the entity, the curse. Story-wise, we don't know a lot, but I could tell this is from the point of view of a pop star, and for some reason I find that kind of interesting. As somebody who's been to a lot of concerts, from Tom Petty to David Bowie, I can't imagine the lifestyle of somebody that famous, and to put them in a position where, full of yes men and fans, and they could all be sort of infected. They all could have the curse. It's kind of fun. There's a scene, I think it's going to be the big scene of the trailer, where we're in a small hallway, and it looks sort of like a backstage, a corridor, and it's filled with people crawling over each other, smiling as, the pop star, Naomi Scott, is backing away. And I was like, okay, that's kind of set piece I'm into. So we'll see. I feel more optimistic. Every time a sequel's announced, I'm always like, could have just been a really cool first movie, a good single story. Does everything need a sequel? No, absolutely not. But A Quiet Place prequel and now Smile 2, they both look pretty good. So we'll see, man. Mr. Cynical Lance Velchuk over here is having a change of heart. So that's it for that. And then let's get on to the big stuff, guys. Disney. And that leaves us with Alien Romulus. Now, let's just have a heart-to-heart. When is the last time we had a good Alien movie? Best case scenario, Covenant and Prometheus were very controversial. And listen, maybe there's arguments for moments of those, but it's been far too long since we had a competent, well-told story with great characters. And that's something that's been lacking. And I got to be honest, Ridley Scott kind of lost his way. I like Fede Alvarez. I think the Evil Dead remake is one of the best remakes in my generation. And I had a little bit of hope, The first trailer, it was good. But here's the thing, all the trailers are good. Covenant had a cool trailer. Prometheus had a cool trailer. You got to be a little more cautious. But we got a scene. We got a clip, an extended clip shown to us. Set between the original Alien and Aliens. This one has this kind of crew of salvagers kind of go around taking stuff. We have a scene that takes place in some sort of medical facility, right? And in this facility, they are breeding facehuggers. There's little kind of containers and almost like vacuum sealed. That's real interesting, kind of a cool concept. And then there is a droid, an android. But unlike the ones from the earlier movies, via Lance Henriksen, This is going for far more of an alien isolation vibe, and let's be honest, it's probably one of the best, if not the best, alien game and one of the better survival horror games that's come out in the last 10 years. Carly and her friend and her co-workers are taking stuff. The facehuggers get out, they attack all of them. It's a very cool, intense scene. It ends with them kind of breaking through the glass, which you see in the trailer, and the girl's escaping. The problem is her friend has been infected, right? And the alien's coming. And this is, I think, what makes it work. She's freaking out, she's foaming at the mouth, right? And Carly's doing her best to sort of calm her down. And her friend's basically asking, am I going to die? She's freaking out. So this is a really intense scene. And she grabs this cool little portable x-ray machine, and she kind of goes over her chest, and you see the rib cage. And you see the silhouette of the alien trying to burst it out, and you hear it crackling at the rib cage. And eventually it comes out. It's super bloody, super gory. So, we're not going old school PG-13 for Alien vs. Predator, right? In Covenant, do you remember when the alien comes out and it does that? Jesus Christ pose? It's like, I'd rather be listening to Bad Motorfinger than watching that. This, though, does it right. The way the alien comes out, the look of it, very respectable, and clearly a nod and an influence from the original 1979 Alien. The way it looks, the sort of jagged movements. It's not fluid. It's not overly clean either. I think there's a bit of grittiness here that I come to realize. I think Fede understands more, hate to say it, than Ridley does at this point in his career. We get a montage, and then the final money shot of the actual alien, which again is going back far more to the original, and more again than Covenant, because Covenant tried to bring the original look of the alien back, but it just seemed a little too updated and modern. This is not. This feels a little more authentic, and every time I think I'm out, like they pull me back in. I really want a good alien movie, and I'm not going to give my seal of approval yet, because you never know. You can make a good trailer. They've all had good trailers, but the clip and the vibe and the tone and the sort of meanness, it gave me hope. It gave me hope. And the look. The look is very important to me, and they got that right. Again, remember, I don't need a Jesus Christ pose, my little alien. Don't be cute. Just give me something cool and visceral and mean, and this seems to deliver. I think we have it. You know how people lived and died before they saw the Cubs win? I just want one good alien movie before I go, and I'm hoping this is it. But besides that, guys, please let us know what you thought. CinemaCon 2024, great. Never Let Me Go. We got Aja's coming up. Let's not forget about The Watcher, Shyamalan's daughter. Very interesting, very cool, very weird. And even Shyamalan himself with The Trap. A serial killer. I think it's had and I think what's coming out is more optimistic than I've been excited for in a long time. So we shall see, but it's looking good. We might be eating well this year. Hey guys, appreciate it. Leave your comments below. Let us know what you liked, and I'll see you next year.